Hi guys, मैं हूँ स्तुति here to review the latest hit, the first case. जो फिल्म देखने के बाद sounds more like a धमकी कि अभी तो पहली से मारा है ना, अभी दूसरे केस से भी मारेंगे. This one is the remake of the 2020 Telugu film by the same name, also done by the same director, Sailesh Kolano. I spoke to a few people who've seen that and said this is a frame by frame copy of the original except for the so-called twist at the end. I haven't seen that, so I'm going to treat this as a standalone film and tell you HIT should ideally have been called Hit and Miss. HIT stands for Homicide Intervention Team. और इस team के होनहार officer is a man called Vikram who has zero control over his emotions. Played by Rajkummar Rao. The love of Vikram's life, Neha, also works here, played by Sanya, Malhotra. This is a whodunit. You want the audience to keep guessing, or last में जाके you kind of pull the carpet from under a collective feet or something like that. But mystery बनाने के चक्कर में आप ज़बरदस्ती गांठ तो नहीं बना सकते ना. मतलब whatever you are showing has to at the end of the day make some sense or at least seem convincing at some level. Nothing adds up. It's just so dramatic all the time and illogical that after a while आप फिल्म देख नहीं रहे, आप फिल्म को ऐसे देख रहे हो कि मतलब करना क्या चाहते हो, कहना क्या चाहते हो exactly. एक तो है the dialogues written by Girish Kohli. It just seems like people are not talking to each other but at each other, like literally reading out lines, and so the question and the answer has no organic normal flow. And dusra is the film's editing, which makes it such a frustrating watch. It's done so quickly that you sometimes just are not able to keep pace. It just leaves the audience extremely confused and irritating. Ki, ek minute yaar, I want to focus on this character's expression. I want to soak that in. I want to make my own conclusions. Ek baar ruk jao. But nahi, cut to another scene. The film has a missing girl, actually two, a dead body, number of suspects, and this guy who's investigating it, Vikram, who clearly looks like somebody who's suffering from post-traumatic disorder. कुछ तो बहुत बुरा हुआ है इनके पास में, जिसकी हमें झलकी मिलती रहती है, because of which he lives in this constant fear कि कुछ तो गड़बड़ होगी. और फिल्म देखते हुए frankly हमें भी लग रहा होता है. अब हम लॉजिक साइड में कर देते हैं, okay, whether this guy is even fit to be here, but the way scenes have been set up or written, they become unintentionally funny. Like दो सीनियर ऑफिसर्स एक दूसरे से लड़ रहे हैं और क्लास मॉनिटर की तरह दिलीप ताहिल का कैरेक्टर आता है और कहता है चुप रहो, एंड देन एडिटिंग की वजह से ऑलरेडी और इन द नेक्स्ट सीन, सो यू डोंट नो व्हाट इज हैपनिंग. टू बी इन्वॉल्व्ड इन दैट गेसिंग गेम एंड स्टार्ट इन्वेस्टिगेटिंग कि कौन कर सकता है, इट हैज़ टू बी कन्विंसिंग एंड नथिंग सीम्स टू कनेक्ट. इवन एंड तक आपको सारे जवाब नहीं मिलते हैं, सवालों के साथ ही आप निकलते हो. एंड वन ऑफ दोज इज what happened to the performances. Sanya Malhotra के character में तो कुछ भी नहीं था, but even Rajkummar Rao feels like he's completely out of breath playing this role जो उन्हें समझ नहीं आ रहा है. So instead of the inner turmoil of this character, you actually see a Rajkummar Rao who looks extremely confused. So the performances don't come together. The story doesn't feel convincing. I mean, there are portions initially जब वो build up हो रहा है, तब तो you're engrossed. But उसके बाद the film ऐसे अजीब ढंग से आगे बढ़ती है that you totally give up. Also, I must, without revealing what the final twist is, tell you it felt so contrived. It is such a self-conscious addition that you wanted to kind of break the fourth wall and say कि please, मतलब सिर्फ एक्स्ट्रा तारीफों के लिए और to appear woke, please don't add these elements that otherwise do not make sense. This film could have been so much better if it was written better. So Hit for me was a miss. I'm going to go with 2 quints out of 5. I hope this review was helpful. Don't forget to like it, share it, and subscribe to the Quint. Also, don't forget to like my page on Facebook. It's called Stutee on the Quint, to know what are the latest films to watch and, more importantly, which ones to avoid.